So let's a little bit of vocabulary here before we get started, okay? So what do you talk it? Well, what do you say? Or how do you say? When two people, let's say they are kids and they spend their childhood together.
They
Spend
They
time,
are friends.
they're friends, and they become adults together.
They
How
are
do you
growing together.
Growing up together.
growing up? Good.
Growing up.
Yes, to grow up. Okay, so growing up together, right? Okay, that's a good one. Perfect. When two people first say, oh, hi, what's your name? What do you call that?
Introduce.
Kangi.
Oh, introduce. Yes, so you can introduce yourself and just it can be the first time or if you see each other regularly.
Like meet.
Meet, yes. And the past of meet?
Met.
Met, good. Okay, perfect. Now, what preposition do you say? Let's say here we have a friend. And the friend introduced you to each other, okay? So, so Jan said introduce. So for example, I go to my friend and my friend introduces me to another friend. I would say I met the third person.
I met
Friend
him.
of.
Yeah, a friend of a friend.
I met a friend.
Or, so this one's a little bit through a friend.
So, ¿cómo era?
Through a friend. Okay, so this is kind of like, this is you here. Okay, this is you. And then this is your friend here, right? So you could say, oh, okay. So this is another friend. Okay. This is your friend right here, friend. Okay. And the idea here is that someone says, how did you meet F? And you can say, oh, another friend introduced me to it. Okay. Or I met him through him. So you see, through.
I met a friend through a friend.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So I met Tom through John. I met Tom through Joe.
Yeah, I met Ferry through David.
Exactly, good. Through. So that's a good preposition here. Through. Perfect. Okay, so and you're going to use all of these in the next conversation. So this is a good one. Okay. And perfect. And how would you ask if you see these people and you want to ask the general question? Oh, where did you meet?
What are you doing?
How did you meet?
How's everything?
How's everything? But you want to know about their relationship.
How long have you been knowing each other?
How long have you known each other? Or just general. So maybe not how long, but just how do
You know.
No.
How do you know? And
How
then,
do you doing? How
How-
do you doing?
how are you doing? Well, that's a different question. How are you doing is how are you? But how do you know? And then what are we missing?
Each other?
Each other. Yes.
Each
How do you
other.
know each other?
How did you
Uh,
know?
David, there's a phrase bump into
Where?
or bump into friend. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. That's a good one. So bump into a friend means you go to the supermarket or to the whatever place and you bump into them. It's a surprise. Oh, wow. I bumped into my friend at the gym. Bumped into an old friend at the gym. Bumped into means you didn't expect it. Sorry, old friend, not old friend.
Come across, is that the same meaning?
Come across, yep. Come across, came across. Come across is different kind of feeling. came across a friend just means, oh, you crossed each other.
Mhm.
Like you were just, oh, hey, how are you? Bumped into, it's more like, oh, you stopped and you're like, oh, wow, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? You didn't expect it. Okay. So we're going to use all of these expressions here in our first partner activity. So let me just share this and the document. So it's this one. How do you know each other? And you're going to do number one. Okay. Just discuss. So before we do it, let's just read it together. So Jan, can you read number one?
Yeah, I can. Can you share it then? Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Number one, working groups. Talk about how you got to know two of your closest friends, and if you have one, your girlfriend, boyfriend, or partner. Use some of the language below.
Exactly. So about two of your closest friends. Okay. And try to use some of the vocabulary here. We grew up together.
David, I
Yes.
have a question. Can I say, how do you meet each other or no?
How did you meet each other? Yeah.
Okay.
How did you meet?
Meet.
Yeah.
How you meet?
You could say meet, or just in general, how do you know each other is also good.
Okay.
So how do you know each other? How did you meet? Or how did you first meet? If you want to be specific. Oh, how did you first meet? Where did you first meet? Okay, all of these questions are valid. They're all valid. Okay, so you can open that. It's in the chat. It's, if you have the book, it's page 110. Okay, and today we're going to talk about friends and about growing up together and about the past, you know, and you'll be able to, you'll get comfortable talking about people, okay, and kind of your history with the people that matter in your life. But for now, let's practice the speaking. Okay, very good. So, okay, and great. So let's join. Let's join our partner.
So
Okay, I can start.
first,
Okay, so I will be talking about my best friend from my childhood. So when I was in the kindergarten school, I remember when we were about to fall asleep, one of my friends beat me, and I remember that feeling, yes. So he beat me, it hurt a lot. So I hate him. I wasn't talking to him for many years,
Oh, wow.
but
I hated
I hated him, yes.
Yeah.
But I remember when I joined secondary school, elementary school, yes. Then we met again together, and we were best friends from this period, yes. And it was very funny because we spent almost every weekend together, time and summertime and so on. And
Oh.
later we joined the high school.
I see.
Yes, so
Wow.
he's my best friend.
So you grew up together.
Yes, exactly. We grew up together. Since my 12 years, I think, we were the best friends.
Wow.
so he's not meeting you anymore.
So I live in Prague, but when I visit my parents' house, my parents and friends, I always visit him as well.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we had the same girlfriend.
Oh, wow. At the same time, or?
No.
Okay, I see.
I was the first one.
I see. So
And then you forgot everything, right?
Sorry.
You forgot everything.
The negative stuff.
all the negative
Yeah,
stuff, you forgot the negative stuff.
we didn't have any negative stuff.
Okay, good. So Perry, just remember, we've been friends since.
Okay.
because it's you are friends
Yes.
now, but it started in the past and continues. Okay, so you've been friends since you were 12.
12.
Oh, wow, that's a long time.
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Any other questions about this friend? No? Okay, good. So right now let's change. Okay, so everyone will talk, and then if you have time, you can describe the next person.
Okay.
Okay, very good. So let's see who wants to go next.
I can.
Okay.
I can tell you, my best friends, one is from the secondary school and second one is from university. I don't have really friends from my childhood because we are not connected anymore with the young friends from childhood. So
You're not in touch.
we are not in touch, and we, how to say, we cut the
I see. Oh yeah, or you can say we lost touch.
Yeah, we lost touch. Yeah.
Last touch, yeah.
So I don't have nothing so interesting like Ferry about the friends or about his friend, but we met in sometime in Prague, and one of them lives in Cheb. It's the west part of Czech Republic, so he come to me and I come to him sometimes.
And did you meet through a friend? Did you meet at a party?
We met in school through the like schoolmates, you know.
I see. I see. Okay. Nice. Any questions, Sonia, about these friends from school or from university or from?
And is your the same age like you?
Yeah, it's exactly the same age like me, and they are handsome, you know.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good for that's right. So you have a lot in common. Good. So just remember, instead of like me, as me, they're the same age as me.
As me, yeah, as me.
They're the same age.
As me.
The same age as me. Or, you know, actually what sounds the most natural is we're the same age.
We are the same, yeah, we are the same
So
age.
not they are the same age as me. I mean, it's correct, but we are the same age.
Yeah, we are the same age. We were schoolmates, so we are the same age.
Same grade. Okay, awesome. Continue. So let me just check on the other group. Okay, continue here talking and I'll be back in a few minutes.
LA.
Oh,
And then they met in Mexico City
But
in a wedding.
he talked about Fanny. They are very beautiful, no?
They
Uh-huh.
thought, but they didn't approach her because she
stayed
was with another girls
People.
She was in a group.
oh,
in a
Yeah.
group.
with
Yes.
with
And
another.
surprise, and he's surprising when he went to the wedding, he met another time for second time with Fanny.
Oh,
Wow.
but
he
wasn't-
remember I saw her in LA 2 weeks before.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
Fanny
Yes.
met him or no?
No,
met-
Fanny
didn't know.
didn't see him,
Oh,
but
wow.
he and then they saw the pictures of that day, and they saw and he stayed with he spent time with a friend behind Fanny, and Fanny stayed with
the
another
friend.
girls
And
in the same place
Wow.
2 weeks before the wedding
the wedding.
in
Wow.
Mexico. Yes.
But
So
there is very, very, I don't know, impressive, no? How you say? Because they met 2 weeks before. No, she met. No, she saw her.
He saw her 2 weeks
Uh-huh.
before.
But she
And
didn't
they-
see him.
No, She didn't. But
Wow.
So, or you can say, instead of see, you can say, she didn't notice him.
notice him. No,
Wow.
she didn't.
Wow. What a coincidence, right?
And when he stayed, when he coming or stay in the wedding, he saw Fanny again, and then
Wow.
it's like a love story.
It's a good love story, yes. Wow.
Yes.
Mexico City.
And Monique and Fanny asked God, approve or approve. He asked
A
God,
sign.
when I met the man of my life, please, he give me a proof. He
Not a proof, but a sign.
a sign, yes, a sign. He asked God, when I met the soulmate, my soulmate, please, he give me a flowers, yellow flowers. And when they stay when they went to the wedding, he gave her the
Yellow flowers.
bucket,
Bouquet.
yellow flowers.
Wow.
And he called me, Mom, he give me a bouquet of the yellow flowers. And he was
Wow.
excited.
Wow.
She was excited.
Good, very good. So continue 1 more minute. So maybe Emily, you can share how you met one of your friends, if you want.
Oh,
Did me a job. So I started working during my university studies. And 2 years ago, we were talking together about the aviation. So that's why we joined together with the pilot license course.
So he saved you a bit.
He helped me and he motivated me for sure.
That's good.
Yes.
Good. So the past motivate, in the past he motivate.
Motivated.
Yeah, good.
Motivated.
Wow, he motivated. Good. Perfect. Who's next?
I can tell you about my friend. We met 20 years ago on Erasmus. It's an exchange program for students on the university. And I studied in Karlsruhe, and he comes from Norway. And he's also clarinet player. And, you know, 2 strangers in some new city. So we spent a lot of time together, and we visited. Also, he was in Prague. I was in Vardø. It's after the Nord Cup in Norway. It's very far away. So yeah, and we are in touch sometimes.
So how often do you meet?
Nowadays, not because we have a small children. Here, so before was quite every year almost.
Okay, awesome. So we'll go back to the main room right now. Okay, very good. All right, everyone. So welcome back. So now we're going to practice asking a few questions. Okay, so we're very good at answers, but I noticed that we need extra work with the questions. So imagine that I show you this picture right here. Be like, oh, look. And you want to ask questions about the people, the place, the friendships, the past, you know. So let's say I tell you, oh, these are my friends. These are my old friends, for example. And then you need to ask me questions about the people. Okay, so each one is gonna say a question, and I will write the questions down here. Okay, so let's start with Sonia.
Yes.
Okay, so what question would you ask me if I showed you this picture?
Mm, who is winning? I don't know.
Okay, well, that's a good question. That's a good one. But you want to know, these are my friends. So you want to know more about
Uh-huh.
the relation.
I do you think that there are there family?
Okay, good. Are they family? That's a good one. It's a simple question, but it's a very good question. Are they family?
Yes.
Are they family? Or you can say, are they family or friends? You can ask that. Okay, but this one's good. Are they family? Good. And now, Laura.
Okay. Did you know how long, no, do you know how long did they take to learn that kind of play, of table play, domino?
So how long did it take them to learn to play dominoes?
Did they take or did it take?
Did it take?
Oh.
Did it take them?
Did it take?
Them
Did it take to them?
take
Ah,
them to learn
them.
to play dominoes.
Okay, to learn. To
Okay.
play.
But focus on the relationships. We're talking about friends. So,
Okay.
let's focus on,
Okay.
on the relationship. So, Ara,
Can I say who is gaining or not?
who is winning? Yeah, but we want to talk about, you want more information about the relationships. the
Okay.
people,
Uh,
not the game. So use the verb.
how
Yeah.
how did they know each other?
So how do they know each other?
No, but in the past, how did they know each
Well, then
other?
it's not know, it's meet. How did they meet?
How do they meet?
How did they meet?
How did they meet?
How did they meet? How did they meet? Or how did you meet them? So if it's my picture, you're asking me, how did you meet them? Okay.
Did you meet them?
How did you meet them? Okay. Very good. Emily,
Okay.
next one.
Did they meet at primary school?
Okay. Did they meet at primary school? Good.
Could be.
Could be. Maybe they're old friends. Okay. Remember,
Yeah.
you can use the expressions. Very good, Emily. You used meet at primary school. Could talk about the ones that we talked grow up, right? Okay. Remember, you're asking questions to me. You're asking me questions about them or about us. Okay.
Okay.
So also, did you meet them at primary school? That's okay. Jan?
How long do you know each other, and are they good friends of you?
Good. So how long? It starts in the past and continues to the present. So have.
Have been, no, have. How long have you know? No,
you,
have you
and
know?
then just add an N.
Known.
Yeah. Yeah. How long have
Known.
you known each
Each other.
other? How long have you known each other? Okay. Because
And is it wrong when I use how long have you been knowing?
yeah, because knowing, it's not an action that happens regularly. How long have you been playing dominoes is good because I play at a specific time, but knowing it's constant. So that's
Okay.
why we only use the present perfect. Good questions. Okay. If you have questions, feel free to ask. And Ferry, next one.
When did you meet them?
When did you meet him? Good. Okay, Sonia, next one.
Mm, did they do they play in one house every time? O sea,
Yeah.
in one, ajá.
Do you you
If the
play-
house rotate, I think, because when you play something is one time in a house, right?
I see. Do they play in the same place every time? Okay, remember again, we don't want to focus so much on the game, but on the relationships,
Okay.
like meet,
David, I think.
grow up together through a friend. Okay, no. Okay, so,
Uh-huh.
but it's okay. It's okay. If you want to ask about the dominoes, and that's okay, no problem. So next one, Laura.
Okay, did they are relatives?
Okay. So are they
Or are they relatives?
good? Yeah, it's the same. Are they family? Are they relatives? That's good. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Ara,
Did they grow up together?
good. Yes. Did they grow up together?
Can I say, what do you have in common?
What do you have in common? Good. Yeah, that's a great question. What do you have in common? Okay, Emily, last one.
Did you meet through a friend?
Did you meet through a friend? Did you meet through a friend, meet each other through a friend, or did you
Then,
all meet through a friend?
Mhm.
Through friends, or probably because many people and many friendships. Okay, and Jan,
David, can I say, did they meet through a friend?
did they meet through a friend? Yes,
Did they meet
but
through a friend?
yeah, but you know, it's a lot of people and a lot of relationships. So it's not likely that all of them met through one friend. So they met each other through friends. So
Hmm.
this guy met him through one friend. This guy met through another friend. But, you know, 5 people that met through one person, it's not likely. So I would say, did you meet through friends?
Did you meet
Through
through
friends.
friends?
Through friends. Good. And last one.
David,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can say, are they play long time ago? Are
Have they been playing?
they being played or
Have-
playing?
Have they
Have they
been playing
played
a long time?
a long time ago? No.
Ago, no. Ago would be, did they start playing a long time ago?
Ah, okay. Have they played a long time ago?
Okay. Did they start playing a long time ago? Because ago is specific. Long time
Ah.
is period. So that's why you use present perfect.
Have
Okay.
they played
Time ago.
Have they been playing? And last one, Jan.
just question, did you meet them through friends? It's also or through friend? If you
Through
friend.
friends. Or
Friend.
did you meet them through a friend? So if you met them, then it sounds good through a friend.
Yeah.
Because you, for example, you know him and he introduced you to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's through a friend, through
Yeah.
him. Okay, good one. Okay, so remember, we pay close attention to questions because we make a lot of mistakes when we make questions. We're very good at answering questions, but our formulating the mistakes, the questions, we do make a few mistakes. Okay, so now we're going to look at some more vocabulary, advanced vocabulary here, and that so that we can do some listening, right? Some listening and some talking. Okay, so let's look at this one. Okay, so I'm going, as always, I'm going to explain the word, and if you know it, just just say it, right? Okay, so let me get it up. Okay, so we talked about this one. What do you call someone who works in a restaurant who serves the food?
Waitress.
Waiters,
Waiter, good. Okay,
waiter, waiter.
waiter, okay. And what do you call the person, the owner of a business, the person who tells everyone what to do?
Manager, manager.
Manager or
Boss.
Captain.
captain?
Boss.
Boss. A boss is
Yes.
the boss. The boss can be the captain. He can be the owner. He can be the manager, but boss is more general, right? Okay. Now, what if someone is, stupid? What's another word for stupid?
Fool,
Silly.
Fool, silly, or
Outgoing.
so it's not a nice word.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Idiot.
idiot,
Oh,
Yes.
Idiota.
Okay, yes.
idiot.
It's the same in many languages. So now if someone, they are very, another word for screaming, I think.
Yelling.
Yelling, good one, or
Shouting.
Shout,
shout.
shouting. ¿Qué es shouting? Grita.
Perfect. Okay.
Raging.
Yeah, raging is another good one. And if you talk about all the things that are bad,
What?
if you
Why?
talk about, somebody said it, you talk about the things that are bad.
gossip.
Ferry, I think you said it.
Complain.
Complain, yes. You complain. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, and okay, good one. What if two people have they have a relationship, right? But they're very far from each other. What do you call that?
Okay.
Um,
Where?
For example, someone is in, in
Strange.
like someone is in Canada and the other person is in Mexico.
Strangers? No.
Foreign.
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 And the relationship, it's long
Distance.
distance relationship.
Ah,
A long distance relationship. Okay, if a verb, this is the verb, is when you can pay for something. I can pay it. I have enough money. It's okay.
Effort.
Afford, good.
mhm.
I have enough money. Okay, I can afford it. Okay, in a relationship, when people separate.
Divorce.
Okay, divorce or more general,
Separate. Split.
yeah, split up.
Split.
Split up. Okay, almost finished. Almost, we just have a few more. Next one. If this is when you travel with a little bit of money and you only have,
Backpack.
good. So it's called backpacking. Backpacking is just camping, not five-star restaurants, just backpacking, cheap travel, right?
Mhm.
And what do you call this type of hotel for young people?
Ah, es una
Hostal.
hostal, sí. Hostel.
Hostel.
Oh.
Hostel, good. Okay, perfect. Okay, and when you go walking around a city and you see the places, the Eiffel Tower,
Sightseeing. Sightseeing.
good, sightseeing, very nice. Good vocabulary. Okay. And okay, the last one. Okay, when someone is very open, they talk a lot.
Talkative.
Extrovert.
Talkative is good, extroverted is good, or
Outgoing.
Going.
outgoing. Outgoing. I'm outgoing. I talk to people. Hey, hi, how are you? What's your name? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And good. And when two people have a good relationship, they have a good relationship, they understand each other. They get
Get well, well.
get well, get
together. Okay.
get
Into.
get into, get on.
Get on.
In the
Okay.
US, it's get along. Means to be
Uh-huh.
friendly, right? To be friendly, to understand each other, right? Okay. Good, perfect. Okay, last one. Okay, good.
Get along cuando te llevas bien. No
Yep.
te conoces.
To get on is to have a, yeah, that's the one. To have a good relation, to be friendly. If two people spend time together, they
Hanging out.
hang out. Good. Very good, Emily. They hang out together, right? They hang out. They spend time together. They hang out at home, at the mall. Okay. And when two people have a fight with words, but not physical fight, but just
Clash.
clash is a good one.
Argument.
Argument. Okay. Perfect. And I think that we have just one more that maybe you still don't know. If someone doesn't change their opinions, they're always like, no.
Stubborn.
Yes, good. Stubborn.
Oh,
Stubborn.
I never hear in my life.
Yeah, stubborn is you don't change opinions. You have your opinion and it's always your way. And you can keep
Word, hard head.
right.
How do you say this?
Oh, that's a good one. Hard-headed. You can
How
also
do you
say
say in Spanish, David? Stubborn.
like terco,
Okay.
right? So stubborn or hard-headed, hard-headed. Okay, so now you have here a good 15, 20 new vocabulary words. Now we are going to do some listening. Okay, we're going to do some listening. And since it's advanced listening, we're going to also read. And so that we know what to look for, we're going to read these sentences first. And then you will discuss these with a partner after you do the listening. So Ferry, can you read this one, number 2?
Yes, listen to 5 people talking about how they know a Belgian man called Nicolas. Match each speaker 1 to 5 to one of the sentences below. There is one sentence you don't need.
Good. Okay, so the 5 people are going to talk about how they met Nicholas, or they're going to talk about a man called how they know Nicholas or Nicolas, right? From Belgium. He's Belgian. Okay, and there's 5 speakers. You're going to write the letter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. Okay, and Sonia, can you read A?
Mhm. They met while traveling around a country.
Right, when they were traveling around the country. Okay, Laura, B.
She shared a bad experience with Nicolas.
A bad experience. Okay, so another speaker had a bad experience, or they shared a bad experience. Maybe they had, a bad experience together. Ara, see?
They didn't like each other to begin with.
Okay, so they started not liking each other, but maybe something changed later. Emily, D.
He or she fell out with a friend of Nicholas.
Good. What does fell out mean?
Like clashed or
Clashed. Yeah, had a
or-
fight.
yeah.
An argument, a fight. Yeah. Okay, good. And Jan, E.
He's an ex-girlfriend of Nicholas.
Right. Ex-girlfriend. And Fairy, F.
She's going out with Nicholas.
She's going out with Nicholas. Okay, good. So now, get your maybe notes together if you want, or maybe just focus on the reading. And
The number D was the meaning. She
which
fell out.
means they had a fight.
fight.
An argument. Okay.
And the other one, they
Which one?
didn't like each other to begin it. No, que no se cayeron bien.
Yeah,
Ah,
they didn't like each other to begin.
Okay.
Okay, so let's let me share the screen here. Okay, pay attention to the dialogue and to the pronunciation. It will help you. Okay, and
Track 58. 1. Doug.
okay, 1 second.
I met him while doing a summer job in England. We were both working in this.
So let me just make sure that we get this one here.
Ay, sale esto, David.
Yeah.
Se tapa, David.
I
Okay.
met him
You
while
can
doing a
move it.
summer job in England. We were both working in this cafe. He was in the kitchens and I was a waiter. Our boss was a bit of an idiot. He was really strict. He was always shouting at us and was just horrible. Anyway, we used to go out after work and we'd sit and complain about our boss. We'd talk about the things we wished we'd said to him. Nicholas was always very funny about it.
2. Sandra.
We were dating for a while. I met him when we were studying in Rome on an Erasmus program. It was a great few months. He was always so much fun and so full of life. We tried to keep the relationship going after he went back to Belgium, but it's difficult maintaining a long-distance relationship. We couldn't afford to visit each other very often, and in the end, we split up. We've remained friends, which I suppose is important, but I sometimes wish we'd stayed together. Yeah, I wish we hadn't split up.
3. Shane.
I met him while I was backpacking. We were staying in a hostel and we had to share a room. We got talking and found we had a lot in common. We ended up spending a couple of weeks sightseeing until I went back to Australia. We kept in touch via email and social media after that, and 2 years ago, I moved to Britain. Since then, I've been over to Belgium to see him a couple of times.
4. Brigitte. We met at university. We didn't have much to do with each other at first, as we're so different. I think I'm quite sociable and outgoing, and as you probably know, he's a bit quiet and shy. It's not that we didn't get on at all. We'd see each other in class and in the library, and we'd chat a bit. Over time, though, our chats got longer, and then just before we left university, I asked him out on a date. He looked a bit surprised, but he said, okay, and we've been seeing each other now for about 2 years. It's a shame it took so long for us to get together, really.
5. Frank.
I met him through a friend, Jeff, who he was sharing a flat with. We all used to hang out together, so I talked to Nicholas and got to know him very well. At some point, I had an argument with Jeff. It was about something stupid, but we basically stopped talking to each other. We're both very stubborn, and I didn't want to be the first to apologize, but of course, neither did he. I regret that, really. I wish we'd managed to sort things out between us, but there you go. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I haven't seen Jeff for years, but I'm still friends with Nicholas.
Okay, very good. So now just join your partner, okay, and go over the questions, from this section, okay, and just share what you understood, right? Just share what you understood. This conversation was about this, was about that. Okay, and let's see.
David,
Yes.
but there are a lot of conversation. I understood each one, but it's difficult to remember.
Just
one
remember,
of that.
start from the beginning
those.
and what did they say? Just general, okay?
Okay.
Very good. So let's so join your partner here and discuss this. Oh, okay, very good. So, Ada, what did you understand from the first one?
And the first one, I think they were partners in the restaurant.
Yes.
One of them, he's a waiter, and another one, he worked in a kitchen.
Good.
And the boss, he was a stupid man, idiot man, because he did a lot of argument,
Yeah.
bad argument.
Love
And
shouting,
and the friend of Nicholas, he was very funny
Mhm.
about that, about the comments about the boss.
Right. Yeah, they complain. So which one from this right here is it? Which one? A, B, C, D, E, or F?
Mm, mm. I don't know the number 2. He shared a bad experience with Nicholas.
Good, yes.
Okay,
It was a bad experience with the boss. It was a bad,
with the boss, yes.
good. Okay, so Laura, next one.
Next one, they know in the train,
Mhm.
in the train, no?
Well, they were in a program,
Yo no me acuerdo qué era.
and they were studying. They're doing an exchange program.
No me acuerdo. I can't remember.
Okay, let's hear.
Mhm.
So,
A ver. Sandra,
so they were what?
dating.
Okay.
Dating for a while.
They were
For a while.
dating. So boyfriend and girlfriend. Where did they
Uh-huh.
meet?
In Rome.
Yes.
They
For how
met in
much
Rome.
time? For
It
how much
was
time?
a few months.
Okay. Now, did they stay together?
No,
No. Why?
no, because they have difficult to maintain a long distance relationship.
Okay. Very good.
Mhm.
So what happened?
Split up.
Okay.
They was split up,
Okay. Now,
but
what about now? What are they now?
they remaining friends, which is supposed is important.
And is she happy that they split up?
He hadn't.
Yeah.
We hadn't split. We hadn't split.
Yeah. So she regrets it.
Regret. She missed him.
She misses him. Good. So
He
what?
missed him.
Which one is it? A, B, C, D, E, or F?
See, they met while traveling around a country. No.
Different.
No.
Probably no.
So Ara, you can help.
Probably E.
E,
She's an ex-friend of Nicholas.
ex-girlfriend, because they dated,
Girlfriend.
but then they split up.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so continue. I'm going to check
Okay.
with the other groups.
Okay.
But we don't remember.
Just write down, talk about what you remember.
Okay.
What you remember.
I heard they didn't like each other. and they regret together because they had some arguments from the beginning.
So you're
So,
talking about the second person, right?
Last
Oh, the
5.
last one. I see.
I think the 5 is C.
Hmm.
Sonia, what do you have for the last conversation? Which letter?
Mm,
Like a flat together, and they can go together,
Yeah.
and but they, I don't know, maybe they were like stubborn or something. That's what I remember.
Exactly.
They were all both stubborn. That's why, like, yeah,
Yeah. And no one says sorry. So
Right.
I agree.
But
Yeah,
what did they talk about Nicholas or the fight that
it
Frank
was about
had?
they didn't like each other.
But Frank, he was
Yeah.
talking about he had an argument with Jeff, not with Nicholas.
aha, with the Jeff. Aha.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
He's
that's right.
exactly. So Jeff was they met through Jeff.
Yeah.
That's
Jeff
right.
is a common friend. You see,
And that accident made no friends anymore.
right?
And it means like Frank had an like argument with the Jeff, right?
Exactly. All right, everyone, let's check these answers right here. Okay. And then we'll get some more details here. Okay. So let's see. So Laura, why don't you start? Give us what you one of them that you know. You can choose whichever one you want.
Okay, the Shane.
Shane, okay.
Shane live in Rome. They know each other. They met each other in a trip.
Good.
And in a trip.
So you could just say the number or the letter. Shane,
Let me see.
3 is ABC.
They met while traveling around a country.
Very good, Laura. So Shane is this one. Okay, good. And Ara.
Number B, she shared a bad experience with Nicholas because they had a bad boss
Right.
when they worked in a restaurant.
Exactly. So it was number 1, right? It was
Yeah, number 1.
with Doug. Yes, they shared a bad experience.
So.
Okay, good. And Sonia? Oh, you're on mute.
They didn't like each other to begin with. Than Frank, with Frank.
No.
No?
It was a different one, a better one. One was outgoing, one was shy. So they didn't. Anyone knows?
Are we talking about like a 5th dialogue?
Okay. So you can choose whichever you want. So remember there's one of these that we don't use, right?
Oh.
So there's
But Sonia was talking about like the 5th one, right?
Yeah, so you choose the one. You basically, it's not in order. You can start. Laura wanted to do 3, so she did 3.
Oh.
Araceli did 1.
Okay, is that my turn or?
Yeah, well, it was Sonia's turn, but you can,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So,
but I mean like dialogue 5.
5, okay. So which one is 5?
C. It was C. They didn't like each other to begin with, and Frank had an argument with Jeff.
Okay, so Frank had an argument with Jeff. but they're talking about Nicholas, right?
I
Mm,
said the same
I mean,
number.
I don't, maybe I didn't understand like
okay.
what we really need. I mean,
Okay, so let's look at this one. So this one, so see as they didn't like each other, meaning in the beginning,
yes,
they were not friendly. But here, I met him through a friend, Jeff. We all used to hang out together, and I talked to Nicholas. But Frank had an argument with Jeff, not with Nicholas.
that's right.
Okay, so it can't be C.
Oh,
Okay, so I'll help you here.
oh, it's D.
D,
Wow,
good.
D, of course. I don't know. We just like missed D. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
So
Yeah, it's my
Frank
fault.
fell out with a friend of Nicholas. Who was Nicholas's friend? Jeff.
Wow, but I think that we did it together. That's why I was like, I mean, kind of lost.
Okay, no problem. So this one's
Sorry.
5, okay?
Yeah.
So, and just to give you this, we're not using this one, okay? One sentence you don't need, okay? And Jan, tell us the next one.
D.
I wrote number 2 to E. I connected.
Mm.
Good. Yeah, Sandra. Sandra is an ex-girlfriend of Nicholas.
Exactly. Okay, so let's go number 2 and last one, Ferry.
F, she's going out with Nicholas, and it was related to Brigitta.
Right. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Now the second to last exercise, okay, here we're going to listen to the same one, but without the dialogue. So we're going to listen, and you're going to say if the sentences are true or false. Okay, so I'm going to play this again. Okay, and I'll help you also with the screen, okay? So it's going to be this one. If you want to follow along in your book, you can do it. It's this exercise here, but I'm going to keep it here. Okay, and take notes.
Track 58. 1. Doug.
I met him while doing a summer job in England. We were both working in this cafe. He was in the kitchens and I was a waiter. Our boss was a bit of an idiot. He was really strict. He was always shouting at us and was just horrible. Anyway, we used to go out after work and we'd sit and complain about our boss. We'd talk about the things we wished we'd said to him. Nicholas was always very funny about it.
2. Sandra.
We were dating for a while. I met him when we were studying in Rome on an Erasmus program. It was a great few months. He was always so much fun and so full of life. We tried to keep the relationship going after he went back to Belgium, but it's difficult maintaining a long-distance relationship. We couldn't afford to visit each other very often, and in the end, we split up. We've remained friends, which I suppose is important, but I sometimes wish we'd stayed together. Yeah, I wish we hadn't split up.
3. Shane.
I met him while I was backpacking. We were staying in a hostel and we had to share a room. We got talking and found we had a lot in common. We ended up spending a couple of weeks sightseeing until I went back to Australia. We kept in touch via email and social media after that, and 2 years ago, I moved to Britain. Since then, I've been over to Belgium to see him a couple of times.
4. Brigitta. We met at university. We didn't have much to do with each other at first, as we're so different. I think I'm quite sociable and outgoing, and as you probably know, He's a bit quiet and shy. It's not that we didn't get on at all. We'd see each other in class and in the library, and we'd chat a bit. Over time, though, our chats got longer, and then just before we left university, I asked him out on a date. He looked a bit surprised, but he said, okay, and we'd been seeing each other now for about 2 years. It's a shame it took so long for us to get together, really. 5. Frank.
I met him through a friend, Jeff, who he was sharing a flat with. We all used to hang out together, so I talked to Nicholas and got to know him very well. At some point, I had an argument with Jeff. It was about something stupid, but we basically stopped talking to each other. We're both very stubborn, and I didn't want to be the first to apologize, but of course, neither did he. I regret that, really. I wish we'd managed to sort things out between us, but there you go. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I haven't seen Jeff for years, but I'm still friends with Nicholas.
Good. All right, everyone. So we're going to, if you want to do the true false one, you can, I can send you the answers and you can check it. But I want to focus on the last conversation here. Okay. So in pairs with your partner, discuss these 4 questions. The most you can say, why do you think Sandra, the ex-girlfriend, and Brigitte have such different views of Nicholas, right? Do you think you show different sides of your personality in different situations? So this one's very, very good question. Sometimes you are outgoing. You see, for example, Brigitte, the girlfriend, right? She said, oh, he was very shy in the beginning. Sandra, the ex-girlfriend, was like, oh, he was very outgoing. So maybe, okay, why do you think that is? And do you have a similar situation? Have you changed in the last year? Okay, in the last 5 years, in the last 10 years? Ask your partner and discuss how you've changed. Have you ever fallen out with anyone, right? With anyone? Have you ever gotten into a fight with anyone? Why, when, and are you friends again now? Okay, so talk about arguments, right? Any sort of conflict that you've had. Okay, so join your group, okay, and discuss these questions here. Okay, so exchange. Perfect, okay. And then exchange with, yeah. Okay, great. So you can join your partner.
The first question, I think that they had different opinions because Sandra just liked everything about Nicholas, that he was like fun and other things. But Brigitte, first of all, she thought that they were very different and that he was like very shy. And she thought about herself that she was like very social and outgoing. I mean, they had such different views of Nicholas.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, from different perspectives, that's why.
Right.
And I think for the Sandra, when he visited her, it was in Rome. I remember it was for Erasmus program.
Right.
So maybe he was thinking it will be more fun. So he was relaxed. That's why he seemed entertaining, maybe.
Right.
But for the Brigitte, he had to study at the university. So maybe he took it serious and was focusing on the study.
Right. So maybe he changed, right? He changed.
Yes.
Or maybe he was at home and in Britain, he felt like, oh, this is You know, he had to, but
He
when
was under pressure.
under pressure, good. Okay, so let's ask Sonia, do you think you show different sides of your personality in different situations?
I think yes, because in each other talk different ways about him. One of them say something, one of them say everything, and then I think it's different personalities.
That's right. They have different personalities, right? In different situations, the personality changes. Okay, and Emily, what about you? In your personal case with you, not in the story, but in your personality, does it change depending on the situation?
Oh, I mean, yes, of course. I think different situations open ourselves more and more. But I personally think that if you know a person, you cannot understand different sides, and then it's not a secret. And you just like, okay, you accept the way they are, and you just go with them. And that's all.
Good, good, good. And so maybe you can let's ask Ferry if have you changed in the last year, in the last 5 years or 10 years, Ferry?
No, I don't think that I have changed my personality, but to be honest, I think I have two personalities. So when I took a psychology test for my aviation exams, my psychologist told me that I'm introvert, but I'm also open-minded to meet new people. So it's a kind of opposite. And yes, sometimes I am introvert, I'm silent, I'm watching each other. And after some time, then I try to speak more. So I'm more open-minded over time.
Interesting. Interesting. We're good. So you say instead of I have changed my personality, you can say I have changed or my personality has changed.
Okay. My personality has changed.
Good. So continue talking here for a few more minutes. I'll check with the other group.
Okay.
Changed.
You
David
change
is
your
here, so
mind.
not think about David now.
Teacher is back. The teacher is
Mind.
He is not changing. He's always great. Last 5 years, he's a perfect, nice person, and yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Better and better.
We change. Have you ever fallen out with anyone? When? Why are you friends again now?
No.
Laura.
Falling out is when you fight with someone.
Yes.
I know. I try to not falling out. I try to not doing that way. But friends of mine, I try to stay each other and reconciliation.
Reconcile.
And,
Yeah.
I talk about very, very well from my friend. Instead, she doesn't like to speak not anymore with another friend, but I try to take, the union of the group.
I see. So you want to keep the group together.
Keep the group together. I try.
You try, but it's difficult.
Not easy.
It's
not
difficult.
easy.
It's not easy.
Yes.
Okay. Good. And Jan, have you ever fallen out with anyone?
With anyone, yes, of course. With, for example, my colleague in work, but luckily not with the friends or with friends like only one evening. You are stupid, and we are big friends. But of course, not everyone it's the same as you and not feel the same as you. And if you are getting older, you know not all the people loves you.
Yes.
Yes, you realize that not everyone loves you. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
But David, we try. I can't, but I try to speak not bad words or bad situation with my friends, because when something happened right now is not similar than the last time,
In the past.
in the past.
All right, everyone. Very good conversation here. A lot of vocabulary. Okay, good listening comprehension. It's not easy. It's advanced. It's a little bit more difficult, but I think we met the goals today. We got the goals. We were comfortable with vocabulary. Any last comments or any comments, questions, anything else?
No, I need to study more.
Yes, but it's okay. Just step by step, a little bit every day, and you're getting better every day. You're getting.
Yes, I like this class, David.
Oh, thank you. You're doing great too. I enjoy it too. So just
And
keep
my students, ¿cómo se dice mis compañeros?
my classmates.
My colleagues, or how do you say? Mis
Classmates.
compañeros,
Classmates.
classmates, my classmates. Is very nice classmates.
Very good people. Very good people. Yes.
Very good people.
That's true. All right, everyone. Well, have a great week, and I will see you next time.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Take
See you
care.
next
Bye-bye.
time.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take care with your mother.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Laura.
Yes.